Welcome back to Kids Our Press, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eddie Law. And man, do we have a special one for all us grapplers. He's a complete martial artist, having competed for Legacy FC, Bellator, and ADCC, ENAB BJJF, Fight to Win, Polaris, Metamorphosis, if you remember that one, UFC Fight Pass Invitational. Hell, it'd be much easier to say what he hasn't done. He has names such as Jake Shields, John Salter, Salty Dog, if y'all know, Kevin Holland, Damian Maya, Craig Jones, Kenan Duarte, Andrea Galval, Gilbert Burns. I'm getting dizzy just naming these guys. Earned his black belt in 04. Long time ago. I graduated high school in 04. His father and himself are the first ones, if not one of the first father-son tandems in jiu-jitsu black belts in the U.S. Grand Slam winner. Take a breath. We're almost done. Taking on Giancarlo Bodoni on that massive 173 card November 15th in Tokyo, Japan. And he's still doing it at 42 years old, ladies and gentlemen. Rafael Lovato Jr., how you doing, man?
Doing amazing. Thank you for the great introduction. You made me tired thinking about all those guys that I faced, man. My goodness, what was I thinking?
I kid you not. I went to class last night and I was like, I'm talking to Lovato tomorrow. And they're like, no kidding. And we legit sat there for 20 minutes watching some of your matches, man. Like, you're one of our favorite guys to watch for sure. So I'm just pumped to talk to you today. So
awesome, my pleasure.
At what point, okay, what have you not done in the world of grappling at this point? You've been doing it for so long. Resume needs chapters at this point with everything you've done so far, so long in the game. What keeps you hungry to keep competing?
Man, number one, I love the process. First and foremost, I love jiu-jitsu. I love martial arts. I love what I do, and I love the process of grinding and learning and getting better, and the challenge, being on a mission, sharing that process with these amazing people around me. Being in the game this long, yes, you get older, but you develop these relationships that just means so much. And getting to still do what I love with these guys that I've been with for 10, 20 years, it makes it that much more special, and it makes the level of gratitude just continue to go higher and higher. And as long as that fire is burning, man, I'm going to keep putting myself out there and challenging myself with these guys. I still feel like I'm getting better today, and obviously I have a lot of experience. And I know that I'm a tough match for anybody, regardless of how old I am. And if I get to my spots, it's over for them. So I just feel very grateful to be here still today. Now over half my life as a black belt, and be able to say that I've literally fought everybody and never shied away from the challenge.
Literally everybody. There was a list of like 15 guys I wanted to name in that introduction, and I was just like, no, let's just cut it there. It's enough. You know who you fought. You're good.
Yeah.
So definitely want to talk to you about your MMA career for a moment, because I think you're still undefeated in MMA, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah. So my favorite fight of yours, because it just looked like it meant so much, was that Bellator title victory against Gegard Mousasi in 2019. Like, you got him, it was a hard fought battle. You went way to get him down to the ground. There was one takedown. You were trying to get him. You were already basically getting him down and everything. And he grabbed the most blatant fence grab I've ever seen in my life, to the point where I burst out laughing seeing it. You took it by majority decision, a super close fight. How do you feel about the fight now, a handful of years later?
Man, that's one of the moments in my career that I'm most proud of. People didn't know what I was going through leading up to that fight.
Yeah.
The camp was just absolutely terrible, super emotional. We didn't even know the fight was going to happen until 2 weeks before the fight. So imagine being in the camp where you're trying to prepare for something you don't even know it's going to happen, and at the same time you're getting all these doctors telling you that you should never fight again, and you're risking your health and all this kind of stuff. And I had this image of Muhammad Ali, with his Parkinson's, and I had that in my head every day, thinking like, man, am I like cutting my life short? Am I really risking it all to go out there and do this? And I came to the point where I made the decision that it's like, I have to do it, and if that risk is there, I'm willing to take it, and I need to be able to look back and know that I went for it. That I challenged myself against someone of that caliber, and went for a world title in MMA. And it wasn't just for me; it was for my father, for my team. I was there to win for all of us, and of course, it was a very tough fight. going 5 rounds with a guy who had been doing 5 rounds for a long time and fought the best of the best. And those are my first championship rounds, and having to dig deep and come back and after dropping 2 rounds, come back and get that last round. And literally, I made the last round my best round. Like, he didn't even touch me in the fifth round. And digging deep to pull that out just meant so much to me. And I got super emotional because of everything I went through. Before me, you're going to be emotional for a world title no matter what, but that one was just like heavy, 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 heavy. And unfortunately, things worked out to where I couldn't get approved to fight again. But I did get to come back and do one more fight, which took place in Japan. And it's just like incredible to now have the chance to go back. Everything feels like destiny. Everything works out the way it's supposed to, and there are always going to be the tough moments and the difficult times throughout an athletic career. But I can look back on all of it and be grateful for everything that's happened, and just hold my head high that through it all, I've never stopped pushing myself to give my best and make my mark, and now here we are.
Yeah, not a lot of guys have Gegard Mousasi on their resume as a victor, man. That guy's hard to beat, so that's incredibly impressive. And of course, you're talking about I think Cavernoma is what you were talking about. The
Mhm.
I don't know the science behind it or anything, but is this something that to this day you still have to get checked on pretty frequently?
Well, I don't have any symptoms yet. I should still be getting scans done once a year just to make sure nothing has changed. But I went through a long hearing process with the California State Athletic Commission to try to get approved, and I spent a bunch of money, and I went to see a lot of doctors, and did multiple scans. And there was actually towards the end of that time, my scans showed that the areas that they were concerned about were getting smaller, or had zero change. So they all felt good about it. The top neurosurgeons that I saw were in favor of me continuing to fight, but I couldn't convince the commission to feel the same. So it is what it is. I've kind of shoved it in the past, and I haven't really kept up with it, but it doesn't affect me today. I'm 100% healthy as far as I'm concerned. It's there, but until I have some sort of symptoms, they said that there's really nothing you can do. They're not going to do a surgery if I don't have symptoms, if I don't have a real problem. So
Right.
I'm good to go, man.
No, it's perfect, man. And you know how it is what commissions do. They're worried about liability more than anything. They don't.
Yeah.
They got to bounce it up, but they got to cover themselves. All right, hey, 1173 Tokyo, Japan. The return to Japan for you, Giancarlo Bodoni. How do you feel about this matchup? Because I'm pretty excited about it.
Man, I'm super excited. He's one of the best out there these
Yeah.
days. Two-time ADCC champ. He won 88 last year. I took silver in 99. So it has all the makings to just be a fire match. Technically, we're very similar in the sense that we can both play bottom, we can both play top, we can both wrestle. He's very complete. He also has shown really great defense as well, along with his offense. He's a killer, and he doesn't give up. He's been beating all the best guys, and I've just been very, very motivated and excited throughout this camp for this challenge. The preparation has gone super well. I've like put together a really great camp, working with wrestlers, working with top jiu-jitsu guys, bringing them to me. Also, I traveled as well and spent a little bit of time in Austin and working with my team there. And everyone's put their heads together and come up with some great technical solutions to the problems that he brings. And yeah, man, at the end of the day, I want to say that I fought everybody, right? I mean, you named some of those names, and this is one that I hadn't faced yet. And now getting this opportunity to do it with him on the one stage back in Tokyo, I mean, I just couldn't ask for more. I'm super pumped up and could be more inspired for this challenge.
Yeah, and also yours is the highlight of at least for the jiu-jitsu part of the card and everything. Ton of title fights on that card. A lot of eyes going to be on there, and to take on a guy like Bodoni, who's I mean, I'm pretty sure he's a Danaher guy at this point, but
Yeah.
those guys are very much like F it, try a leg lock type of dudes, right? And I know you train everything and all that, but what about his game do you think stands out the most?
Just what I said before, how complete
Yeah.
he is. There's not
Mhm.
like a glaring weakness. It's like, oh, he's good on bottom, but he's not good on top, or he's good on top, he's not good on bottom. He doesn't show that at all. He's
Mhm.
very complete, obviously good at the legs, um, but he wins more these days with his top game and getting to people's backs and stuff like that. So I see that he's evolved a lot, and now he has a lot of experience too, being a two-time ADCC champ. I know he's going to be very confident. Um, but I have experience on my side, and like I said, it's been a great camp. I'm ready for everything. I'm in great shape. I couldn't ask for, I couldn't be more ready. So it is what it is. I'm ready to go, and I think getting in the cage, um, it makes it a little different.
Mhm.
And I've been locked in the cage many times, and I feel very comfortable there. And we'll see how comfortable he is in the cage.
That's actually what I was going to ask you about. I was like, he hasn't been in there before, right? I know it's just an environment, but it changes everything about what you want to do. You can use the wall, you
Yeah.
can use all kinds of things. You can block using the cage and everything. So it brings a different dynamic, but you're used to it. He's
Yeah.
not. So it's definitely an advantage for you.
But yeah, I think it is an advantage for me on paper at least. But he comes from a great camp. I'm sure he's going to be very well prepared.
Oh yeah.
But it's one of those things that um, until you've been in there and feel it, it's you can be as prepared as you think you could be, but it's different once you're in it. And um, I'm not going to shy away from the cage. So it's not like something I want to avoid
Mhm.
or oh, that's going to be weird. Um, and it's also a different psychological feeling as well. They're literally locking you in, and it just brings a different vibe that I think I thrive on.
Mhm.
And yeah, so we'll see how it plays out being in the cage, but I'm very excited for that, and
Yeah.
for me, it'll feel like I'm right back at home.
All right, man. It's your one debut here, and you get past Bodoni. What grapplers on the roster? You just like, okay, after this guy, I want a shot at this guy or whoever. Who you looking at right now?
Well, they don't really have much of a 205-pound roster.
Mm-hmm.
Most of their grappling matches have been smaller guys,
Right.
and they did a couple of 205-pound matches. They were using RDR, but now RDR is out of there. So I really don't have, any specific people in mind. I mean, my whole focus has been on Bodoni, and getting past this one. I mean, he's the toughest challenge that you can get. So, but I would love to, get a beautiful victory here next week, and then come back and maybe they can make it to a 5-pound belt, and I can compete for the belt, and just keep facing some of the top guys out there that maybe I haven't faced. There's very few of those people that exist. Basically, gone against everybody for the last 2 decades. So
Mm-hmm.
there's not a lot of fresh matchups, but if they want to make a belt, I don't care who they bring. I'm going to go for that thing.
Yeah, and jiu-jitsu, and you spoken about this too. You fought everybody. It turns into like a round robin of sorts, right? You end up rematching everybody at some points, whether you're in ADCC or other tournaments and all that. I mean, even locally, I know guys and brackets. When I sign up for tournaments, I know who they are, and I end up, hey man, we're in the same bracket, cool, right? But do you ever get tired of that, or is it just like, look, let's just see how much better they've got?
Um, well, that's been kind of the fun thing about this kind of second run that I've been on. I was focused on MMA, and I still did some grappling stuff here and there.
Mhm.
But coming back fully to jiu-jitsu, I've been able to compete against a whole new crop of people. And there are a couple of people that I've faced now a couple times already in the last couple of years. But for the most part, it all still feels very fresh. And now, the young athletes in jiu-jitsu, like they're just coming up so fast. I mean, every
Mhm.
year there's a new guy to watch out for that everyone's excited about. So I don't think it'd be hard for them to find someone that would make it really exciting. And if I went against another OG, that's cool too.
Mhm.
So we'll see what happens. Like I said, my whole focus is on Bodoni right now.
Mhm.
That's like I said, the biggest challenge that you can get, and and after that, we'll see what plays out from there.
All right, cool. Let's do a couple fun ones and we'll get you on your way here, man. Um,
Okay.
outside of competing and training, what's the most important thing for you?
Oh man, right now it's my family. I have 3-year-old twins.
Oh boy.
Yeah, yeah, yep. Everything that you can imagine is what's going on at my house. Boy, girl. So I got the best of both worlds, and that's definitely my number one focus, and that's a lot of why I'm still out here doing what I'm doing. There was a part of me that thought that I would slow down when I became a father, and then I still had this fire burning and still had some goals and dreams, and I was like, you know what, this could be the thing that fuels me, because the biggest thing I want to pass on to my children is that they never give up on their dreams. And as long as the fire is burning, you keep going and keep giving your best and keep working to, make your dreams come true. And obviously, my body feels it a little bit more these days, but they provide me so much inspiration, and nothing is better than going home after a hard day at work, and being with my family and feeling that love. So, yeah, spending time with them and watching them grow and seeing them get interested in jujitsu. My son loves it. He's definitely going to start training officially next year. It's just super exciting, and one day I'll get to share it with him. And of course, spending time with my wife, and we love to travel, and so this is all part of the fun, right? It's like getting to do what you love all over the world. So that's basically it, man. Just family and travel and make memories, make experiences.
They going with you to Tokyo?
So the kids aren't. They went the last time.
Yeah, yeah.
They were just little babies, but that fight, meant so much to me, being able to come back and put the gloves on one more time, that I had to bring them, and I got to hold them in the ring after I won the fight.
Yeah.
That was super special. Now it's a little more difficult at 3 years old to try to put them on a plane for 12, 14 hours.
Yeah.
So they're going to hang out with the grandparents,
There you go.
and my wife is going to get away, and we're going to have a quick little vacation after the fight. So it'll be good.
Yeah, that's the thing I tell my wife whenever she goes, "And we take the kids to Disneyland." I'm like, they're barely 4. They're not making memories yet. Relax, okay?
Yeah. I don't want to spend that kind of money unless they're going to remember it for the rest of their life.
Exactly. All right, we'll wait until they're 10. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. If you could walk out to any entrance to combat sports history, whether it's your own or somebody else's, what walkout are you doing?
Like what, walkout music?
Music or any walkout? Like for example, like I've asked a question before. I've gotten Alex Pereira. Everyone loves that whole thing when he walks out and everything. Like what walkout would you want to do?
Oh man, yeah. That's a pretty good one. Um, Man, I don't know. I never thought about that. I like to pick like a different song every time, just whatever is like
Mhm.
kind of fueling me in that moment. I definitely love the Pereira walkout. That energy, you know, I'm a little bit more stone faced. Like I'm not
Mhm.
smiling and dancing and whatnot whenever I come out. So, well, I'll tell you this. What would be super cool? I'm a big hip hop head, so
Yeah,
I grew up on hip hop, and would be really cool is like to have a hip hop artist performing while I walked out.
that'd be sick.
Someone like Nas. Like Nas is he's timeless. He's
Yeah,
still the man after all these decades, and just a craftsman with what he does and his skill level. So that would be super cool. Something like that where they actually sang one of my favorite songs and they
yeah.
walk out with me.
That would be so sick, dude. One of the kings of East Coast hip hop, man. That was
Yeah,
wild. All
yeah.
right. Finally, man, November 15th against Giancarlo Bodoni. What should fans expect from you?
Man, they expect what they always expect from me. Me giving my absolute best from beginning to end, putting my heart, my passion out there. It's a tough challenge. I think it's going to be the highest technical battle that you can imagine in jiu-jitsu, and one that's really exciting. But we're going to do it in a cage, and I'm going to make it physical, and do my best from beginning to end to try to put them away. um,
Mhm.
and that's it. So same old, same old, same Lovato. just a different show and a different stage. Um, and and that's it. I want to inspire people, and hopefully they walk away after watching that match just like, man, to see him still doing what he's doing at 42, like that's pretty amazing. And I just want to give them inspiration, fire that they can take into their lives.
Oh, let's go. I'm ready to run through a wall for you, my guy. All right. Jiu-Jitsu lore on display at 1173 on November 15th, live from Tokyo, Japan. Taking on Giancarlo Bodoni, the man with the endless resume and clearly ready to continue his lifelong martial arts journey. Do not miss Rafael Lovato Jr. Thanks for the time, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.